Next this morning, we have President of Southern Cotton Growers, Mike Tate. Mike is a partner of Tate Farms family farming operation that includes his father, Homer, brothers, Steve, Jeff, cousin, Pat Brown. Crops grown are cotton, corn, wheat, soybeans, and pumpkin. The farm also includes an agritourism venture called Tate Farm Cotton Picking Pumpkins. Mike currently serves as chairman of the National Cotton Council, Environmental Task Force, and president of Cotton Growers Cooperative Gym and Warehouses. And this past weekend, we just had a Southern Cotton Growers meeting, and I want to thank Mike for his leadership in it, and also Dave Rupinecker. Mike.
Thank you, Mike, and it is an honor to be back with you again this year. You know, Southern Cotton Growers, as Mike said, represents the six southeastern states from Virginia down through Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. I do want to add, well, you didn't even mention my family, and you didn't go into that bio, but I got a brand new grandson, so I always have to mention something about that. My wife Sherry's really enjoying it. I got a 5-year-old granddaughter, a 3-week-old grandson now, so I want to say something about that. And Mike, you mentioned about the pumpkin patch, and Richie said something about a similar organization earlier. And you know, one of the reasons we started that, we have several thousand people visit our farm each fall, and one of the reasons we started that is so the general public could have an opportunity to actually visit a working farm. They don't really get a chance to see how it really works, but it's some exposure. And we always have cotton fields there close, and it's amazing how much the kids like to get out and pick cotton. They really enjoy that. I too want to congratulate you on the year you've had in cotton production. We in the Southeast have really been blessed this year for the most part. As a matter of fact, at least according to the last USDA report, the southeastern region of the country led the country in the total bale production of cotton this year. And I haven't done the research yet. And I know it's been a long time since that happened, Craig, maybe back in the 1930s or something like that. So that is quite a shame to see the Southeast lead the country in cotton production. Ronnie Lee from Brownwood, Georgia, serves as Southern's first vice president at the time. At this time next year, he'll be the president of Southern Cotton Growers. But I would like to thank the Georgia Cotton Commission and Chairman Louis Perry for not only their continued monetary support, but also the many leaders that serve our organization, and not just our organization, but the whole cotton industry. I really enjoyed getting to be at Louis' retirement party last night. You know, I know Louis pretty well. The relationship with him goes back with my dad, and he served on the cotton board together. And I knew a lot of things about Louis, but I got to learn a lot more last night, so I really enjoyed that. I especially like Bob McClendon's list. Bob had a good list and a not so good list. So that was a lot of fun. Now, Bob and Louis are long-term friends, and it was all in fun, but it was a good time. Also on Southern Cotton Growers, your board members for the last year have been Jimmy Webb, Wade Robinson, Chuck Coley, Mike Lucas, Lee Crumley, and Tim Crosby. On our board, you serve 2 3-year terms, and Jimmy Webb and Wade Robinson's terms are up this time, so your new board members are Chad Mathis and Stephen Meeks, and so we're glad to have them new on our board and look forward to serving with them. Also, Bob McClendon, Chuck Lee, and Louis Perry have served as past presidents of Southern Cotton Growers, and we thank them for their service. I also want to recognize Richard Seaton, who does an excellent job promoting Georgia cotton on many fronts. He's also advisor to Southern Cotton Growers. And also recognize Karen Nicotopoulos and Martha Harris, who round out the excellent staff you have with the Georgia Cotton Commission. Thank you also. As Mike just mentioned, let me not forget the most important thing, and that's thanking you the growers for your support of Southern Cotton Growers. Mike mentioned we just completed our annual meeting in Atlanta. We had a great attendance. David and Dusty and the others lined up some great speakers for us. Had a good meeting, and I just want to thank all of you that were able to attend and be there and be a part of that. A few things about Southern, just to catch up with today. This is the 11th consecutive year that we made a contribution to CCI and their Cotton USA program that Kevin just got through talking about. This year our contribution was $92,000. That represents 90% of our total dues. And when you add that to the last 10 years' contributions, it means that Southern Cotton Growers now has contributed over $1 million to CCI. That's important because those private and industry contributions are used. They're a key determining factor that allocates the available public funds that USDA hands out. And CCI has to compete with at least 80 other organizations that represent other agricultural products. The good news is most of the time we're either the top receiver or the second top receiver in those funds. Of course, for Southern Cotton Growers, maintaining a viable safety net for our cotton growers is our #1 priority. We have a farm policy committee that's made up of grower leadership. They analyze various farm policy options and make recommendations to our board. If our board accepts those, then we go through the proper channels in promoting those, such as working hand in hand with the National Cotton Council. And also, we make lobbying trips to Washington. Matter of fact, our next trip will be the first week of February. The first week of March. We will be making a trip to Washington this year with our committee. We have a government relations committee that does that. And this is going to be an important time because we have a lot of new members in Congress that we need to be making relationships with. We have members of Congress who are in new positions that we need to express our concerns with. And we need to let them know what we think that the policy should be going forward. Of course, a lot of work done last year on the farm bill. Unfortunately, nothing was accomplished. We hope, and I know Mark Lane may touch on this a little further, we hope that this year we'll be able to get something accomplished on the farm bill. One other issue, at our annual meeting last week, we had our fundraiser for our political PAC, CASC, which is the Committee for Advancement of Southeastern Cotton. In the past several years, we've done a raffle for a John Deere Gator. We changed that this year. We did a reverse raffle. I think in the past, the most we've been able to raise is about $40,000, but thanks to all of you that worked hard on that and participated, we were able to raise over $52,000 this year to go to our political PAC. And that's important because we have those around the world that are not real fond of our cotton policies, even those in Washington, but we also have friends there, and it's important that we provide them with the funds so that they can first get elected and then re-elected and be there in our behalf. I'll just sum it up with one statement. Southern Cotton Growers remains a strong producer advocate, and we're 100% committed to the southeastern cotton industry. I really appreciate being able to be with you today. Thank you.